The fried liver attack is an aggressive opening for white that can quickly put black on the defensive. White starts with pawn to e4, and black responds with pawn to e5. White then develops their knight to f3, followed by black's knight to c6. White moves bishop to c4, and black brings their knight to f6. White aggressively plays pawn to g5, and black counters with pawn to d5. White captures the pawn on d5 with xd5, and black recaptures with knight takes d5. White sacrifices the knight with knight takes f7, leading to black's king capturing on f7. White then delivers check with the queen on f3, forcing black's king to g8. White proceeds with knight to d5 check, and black blocks with the bishop on e6. Finally, white checkmates with bishop takes on e6. By sacrificing the knight, white forces black's king into an exposed position, creating a powerful attack. Next, we have the legal trap. The legal trap is a brilliant combination that lures black into a fatal mistake, allowing white to seize the initiative and deliver a quick checkmate. In this game, white begins with pawn to e4, and black responds with pawn to e5. White develops their knight to f3, followed by black's knight to c6. White continues with bishop to c4, and black pushes the pawn to d6. White develops another knight to c3, while black pins the knight by playing bishop to g4. White challenges the bishop with pawn to h3. Black retreats the bishop to h5, but this move is a mistake. White then plays knight takes e5, which is a brilliant move. Black captures the bishop on d1, but white responds with bishop takes on f7, delivering a check. Black moves the king to e7, but white finishes the game with knight to d5, delivering checkmate. In this sequence, white sacrifices a knight to break open black's defenses, ultimately delivering a brilliant checkmate. The Ponziani trap is a powerful and deceptive sequence that can catch an unsuspecting opponent off guard, leading to a quick and decisive victory for white. White opens with pawn to e4, and black responds with pawn to e5. White develops the knight to f3, and black mirrors with knight to c6. White plays pawn to c3, and black develops the knight to f6. White pushes pawn to d4, and black captures with knight e4. White advances pawn to d5, forcing black's knight to retreat to e7. White then captures the pawn with knight takes e5. Black responds with pawn to d6. White plays bishop to b5, delivering a check. Black blocks with pawn t, and white captures the pawn. Black takes e5. White takes b7, check, and black block with the bishop. White captures the rook and promotes the pawn to a queen by playing 8, and black captures the queen. Finally, white delivers checkmate with queen d7. White sacrifices material early to open lines and disrupt black's coordination, eventually leading to a forced checkmate. The Russian game trap is a clever sequence that takes advantage of black's overextension, leading to a swift and elegant checkmate for white. White opens with pawn to e4, and black responds with pawn to e5. White develops the knight to f3, and black mirrors with knight to f6. White plays bishop to c4, and black captures the pawn on e4 with knight takes e4. White pushes pawn to d4, and black captures with pawn takes d4. White then plays queen takes d4, and black responds with knight to d6. White castles kingside, and black develops the knight to c6. White checks with rook to e1, and black blocks with knight to e7. White moves knight to g5, and black advances pawn to b6. White captures the pawn on d6 with queen takes d6, and black recaptures with pawn takes d6. Finally, white checkmates with bishop takes f7. And this is the Russian game trap. Lastly, the Vienna trap. The Vienna trap is a sharp and tactical line that allows white to quickly turn the tables on an unsuspecting opponent, leading to a stunning checkmate. White starts with pawn to e4, and black responds with pawn to e5. White develops the knight to c3, and black brings out the knight to f6. White plays bishop to c4, and black captures the pawn on e4 with knight takes e4. White sacrifices the bishop with bishop takes f7, delivering a check. Black's king captures the bishop on f7. White follows up with knight to e4, and black plays pawn to d6. White then delivers a check with queen to f3, forcing black's king to g8. White plays knight to g5, and black captures it with queen takes g5. White advances the queen to d5, delivering another check. Black blocks with the bishop on e6. Finally, white checkmates with queen takes e6. The game ends in favor of white. Lastly, the Vienna trap. The Vienna trap is a sharp and tactical line that allows white to quickly turn the tables on an unsuspecting opponent, leading to a stunning checkmate. Tell us in the comments if you want to see traps also for black. Don't forget to subscribe.